Hi, my name's Simon Locke. I'm the founder and CEO of Communications Match. Today I'm delighted to be with David Wagner. David is the president of David Wagner and Company, a media and crisis training firm. David, thanks for joining me today.
It's a pleasure, Simon.
So you've conducted media and crisis training around the world with CEOs, billionaires, and ambassadors. What have you learned from the training that you've done with such a diverse group of people, and how do you share the lessons from that with the people you train today?
It's a great question. I mean, I've been doing this for almost 20 years. And what's interesting to me is no matter where I go, the process is basically the same. You have to have the right key messages and you have to deliver them effectively, no matter where you are. So it really is not a concern to me that I'm dealing with a high-level CEO or in fact, I'm dealing with an engineer who's in product development who's 30. They still have to do the same thing. The content will change and the delivery will be different, but basically they have to deliver messages to key target audiences efficiently and effectively.
Are there changes that you have to make to training based upon location, reflecting cultural differences, for example?
Yes and no. I mean, we can take, for example, the issue of Japan during a crisis. We know that they often start press conferences with a bow, which is a sign of regret for the incident occurring, not necessarily guilt. That obviously doesn't happen in many other places in the world. Still, at the end of the day, even if their style is different and their voice usage is different and the backgrounds are different, et cetera, they still have to deliver their messages in a way that's believable. And when it's not believable, just like with politicians, they get into trouble. For sure.
Is there any advice that you'd provide communications people to help encourage their leaders to be trained? And secondly, when you're training people, are there ways in which you actually make those lessons stick?
Yeah, another great question. I think for PR professionals, the way in which you get the CEO in the door is to talk about brand reputation and what's at stake if it doesn't go well. Because if you say the wrong thing in an interview or press conference, decades of brand building can go, in the wrong direction. And I think the lessons for keeping anyone in the room during the session is that failure is important. And I make sure that in the first interview, they fail in a way that's acceptable so they don't get angry, but in a way where they sort of do self-reflection and say, why did I do that? And why did I say that? And I say, let's try it again. And the video is very powerful. People see what they do, and seeing is believing, actually.
David, thanks very much indeed.
Simon, it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much.